Hello.
No,
Um, include
you're
my.
right.
I'm paused at the moment. I was live, but it's not sharing my audio. It's only sharing party chat audio. So I need to work out why that is.
You need to. Are you in the game?
No, I'm just on my settings at the moment. Broadcast settings.
They usually like glitches.
Yeah. Why is it doing that then?
She said, "Can I find out how many she's inviting to her hen do? Then she can start collecting them up essentially."
Hey.
Told me about one.
Ah. I think we've got it right. Microphone audio.
I'm in.
Right, I think we're ready to go now. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the French Grand Prix. We are with Tier 5 for this evening's qualifying session to kick things off. It looks like it is raining very heavily at the moment. Sorry about the delay getting started. Few technical issues. Just what we like to hear. Joining me this evening, we have Jason. If you'd like to say a few words, Jason.
Hello, everybody. Obviously, you know me as a Wednesday commentator in a way. I'm letting Marcus have the main role just for a couple of weeks, just to basically get people onto his channel. And please go give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, building up the community. And like I say, hopefully me and Marcus are going to be together for the rest of the season, commentating on a Wednesday, and then we'll have to see what happens for next season. I don't know what days have you picked for next season, Marcus?
I just picked every day, and so pretty much I can do every day.
Just give me them all.
Yeah, just give me as many as I can take. Why not? Yeah. I love the plug of my channel, Jason. But let's face it, the real reason is because Jason thinks I'm a terrible commentator and I need the extra practice. That's why I'm taking the
Yeah, that as well. That as well.
Yeah, come on.
Nah,
Anyway.
man, you're doing good. You're doing good, and I hope you're enjoying it.
Absolutely,
That's the main thing.
loving it. It's I'm normally used to actually racing myself, so it makes a bit of a change to commentate on it, to watch it and commentate. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Anyway, let's get to the action, shall we? It is, as I've already said, it is very, very, very wet out there by the looks of it. So it is the full wet tyres right now. So this is going to spice things up a lot as we ride on board with David Benson, who looks like he's coming across the end of his lap. Let me get some details up. Let's get best time. Get some lap data so we can all see what's going on. And across the line, and he sets us up with a 148.2. I've no idea whether that's going to be any good or not. We're just going to have to find out.
I don't know rain times.
No, neither do I. I haven't done very much practice in the rain, so I'm hoping it's not raining on my race. I don't know about you.
I hate the rain. Been beat though with a 147 by Edwards, so junior age 148.
Oh, that's good. The lap times are rolling in thick and fast now. We've got Sir Dave goes fastest on a 147.0. He did get held up in that last corner a little bit though. And it's immediately beaten by Booksy 123 on a 146.2. So it's a lot faster. So who else have we got on a flying lap right now? We have Gronfeld just about to come over the line in the Haas. Let's see what he can manage. And he goes fastest on a 146.0. So let's ride on board with Mikael Magnus in the Alfa Romeo for a little bit. Looks like he broke track limits on that last lap, so let's see if he goes for a second flying lap. I think the game is a bit more tolerant, isn't it, on track limits when you're in the rain. It lets you run wide a little bit further than it does in the dry, which is nice.
Most definitely, most definitely. Just sharing a link in the group chats to get people to us.
Perfect, thank you very much. I was going to do that, and then all these technical issues with the... I wasn't getting sound off of the game.
Are you watching Michael at the minute? Are you watching Michael at the minute?
Yeah, I'm on board with Michael now. He's invalidated his lap again, so it's no good. So, who else have we got that we can ride on board with? Got Unbelievable Jeff on an out lap. You got Jamie on an out lap. We've got Dragon. Looks like he's coming across the line. Let's see what he does.
Jamie's usually quite fast in the rain, so if it's raining in the race, it'll be nice to see. But
there'll be one to watch out for them.
Once I post all these into these chats, which I'm pretty sure I've done now. Yeah.
We've got Esports Addy goes fast, is on a 1:45.4. That's a very good lap indeed. Let's go on board with Jamie and see what he can manage in the rain. Is he a little bit of a rainmeister, is he then, Jason?
Yeah, he's pretty smooth. Just for some weather information, it's going to be thunder and lightning for the rest of the session. And then the race is going to start off cloudy. 20 minutes into the rain, the sun's going to come out. But then 45 minutes into the race, it's going to start raining.
Oh, that could spice things up a bit. Could have a last few laps of rain again. Well, you heard it here first then, folks. It's going to be thunder and lightning in a minute. I'm looking into those skies, waiting for it. As we ride on board with Jamie, who's about to cross the line and start his flying lap. And we got Mark in the chat, still building this bloody seat. Sounds like he's got his hands full there.
NUFC has just got fastest sector 1.
That's neat and tidy through here from Jamie. It's going to be very difficult to put the power down coming out of this right hander onto the back straight in the rain. It's difficult enough in the dry without losing the back end, but if you don't get enough power down early enough, you're going to be losing time all the way down this back straight. But put too much too early and you're going to be facing the wrong way. A little hop over the curb. Use as much of the track as he can. Nice and gentle on the power, and up we go. And this is a tricky one now coming up. It's this fast right-hander. In the dry, it is easily flat, as we see Jamie goes purple, but in the wet, it's not, and it's very easy, as we see Jamie running wide there. He's not flat. It's very easy to end up losing the back end through there in the wet. I know a lot of people, and I know myself, I've spun a lot of times in the wet if I would drive on this track.
Yeah, like you say, you just gotta be careful as well, especially if you're not using traction control. But NUFC goes with a 144.
It's getting faster. Everybody's getting up to speed on these wet weather tyres. It's whether the track's going to start drying out at all, or whether it's going to stay as it is. Also, you've got. It is quite difficult to just jump straight in and set a fast wet weather time. It normally takes a couple of laps to sort of bring yourself up to speed. So, I imagine we're going to see the times tumbling through this session as we go along.
I could say personally myself, I would load my car up with a bit of fuel and just go out on just do a few laps.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you just you pit back just for some new fresh tyres and a little less fuel after you've got that bit of practice. Yeah, you're setting in that benchmark as well, because it's just so much easier to either invalidate your lap or spin or lose an awful lot of time when you're in the wet. So you just want that benchmark in case you do on your fast lap. So as we go on board now with Unbelievable Jeff, going down the back straight now. Let's see what he can manage. Currently in P5. Let's see what he can manage through this fast right-hander. See how much of a lift he has. He's going to try keep it pinned. He's going around sideways. He nearly loses it, but he manages to keep hold of it. There's some nice car control there. Nice and gentle on the throttle. Losing the back end a bit, but again holding on to it. Nicely done. This could be a good lap.
Someone's in the wall. That's Quinlan in the wall. He's lost his full wing.
Oh dear.
Round
Where's
that
it?
fast corner.
Oh, around the fast right-hander on sector 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see.
Just coming in now. He's got no wing now, so he's going to have to nurse that back in.
At least he's not too far from the pits. As unbelievable Jeff backs out, so I'm guessing he wasn't happy with that lap. So we'll go on board with Kieran in the Mercedes. It looked like he had a purple first sector there. I might be wrong, as we hopped on board with him. So we're just heading down the back straight now. Braking nice and hard into the middle.
Yes, he did get a
chicane.
purple sector.
He did, yeah.
Yes, but the guy who's just beat him now has got a faster sector. Oh no, he's beating him. Just.
So we've got a new fastest lap from Mikkel Magnussen on a 1:44.7. Let's stay on board with Kieran and see what he can manage, see whether he can better. He's literally 1/10 behind now, pole position. Just got to find
Well, he
1/10
has
somewhere.
got the 10th in sector 1. He's gained the 10th in sector 1.
We've got Bumper Car Ben putting it into provisional pole at the moment on 1:44.2. That's a cracking lap. Does look like Kieran's backed out of this. I don't think he's very happy with this lap. He's obviously got it wrong. Let's ride on board with Esports Addy, who's on the intermediate tyres as well. So this could be an interesting one. See what he can manage, whether it's dry enough. It doesn't look dry enough for intermediate tyres, but maybe he's finding the grip. Let's ride on board and see.
There is a few people starting to change onto intermediates now. Quinlan's gone to intermediates as well. So has Sir Dave with the looks of it.
I think it's definitely with 4.5 minutes to go. If you've set a reasonable lap that you're sort of happy with on the wets, it could be worth a go. He's being held up by a bit of traffic here, Esports Addy. He's right behind David Benson in the McLaren. He's holding them up quite a bit, unfortunately. I'm not sure if David...
I was watching was it Limitless that you put in that the group chat earlier?
Yes, when he did his
And he
league race.
he uses so much of the track. Just
Yeah.
on the border all the time. He's on over the curbs all the time, and he's...
I think it's one of those tracks like Austria, isn't it, here in France, where you want to maximise the track width in order to gain that lap time, but it's then so easy to end up getting penalised for it. It's pretty crazy watching on board with TRL Limitless, to be fair.
Yeah, he just makes it look effortless, doesn't he?
He does, absolutely. I mean, I'm sat there in time trial in the theoretical perfect conditions, trying as hard as I can, just getting it absolutely millimetre perfect, and he's there sat in the middle of a race on heavy fuel, and he's already going 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds faster than me. So how he manages it, I'm not sure. So who have we got that's on intermediate tyres then so far? We got
Esports is on.
Addy, we got David Benson, we got Quinian, he's invalidated his lap, but he's on inters. Sir Dave is on inters. GR Seb's on wet. Booty Delight's on wet as well. And Esports Addy is retired from the session. I didn't see what happened there. Is he just... It looks like he's still driving around by the looks of it. So
he's say eyes
whether he
took
just
over, I don't know.
quit. Felt he didn't have enough in him. Well, everyone's showing on the graphic on the left-hand side as wet weather tyres, so nobody's gone faster on their inters than they have on their wets so far. Let's jump on board with Benjamin, who's on his inters as he starts a lap. And it's difficult in wet weather conditions because as soon as you do go on that curb, it can be extra slippery as well. And we've got Dragon retired from the session as well.
Booty Delight just starting his fast lap.
Where's Booty Delight? Booty Delight's down in 19th place at the moment.
Yeah,
so
he's not done a lap yet.
I don't know. No, we've got 3 people not done a lap. We've got iCoombs in the Renault, Booty Delight, and a Broken Shark, who is not in this session at the moment. Do we have anybody not racing today? Do you know, Jason?
I'm not 100%. Oh, Booty Delight has writ his car off anyway.
I was just about to jump down to him. What happened to him there? I missed that.
He just come round the corner. I don't know. It looked like he'd binned himself, but he might have got onto the curve and.
Yeah, he's out of that long sweeping sort of right-hander coming onto the start-finish straight, so he could well have lost the back end perhaps and put it in the wall. So he's not going to improve. So we've got the back row of the grid already sorted then. And we've got Benjamin did go faster, so he's in 6th place on a 145.1 on the intermediate tyres. It seems like it is a bit on the crossover between intermediates and wets. We're getting some purple sectors from intermediates, but most people have set their fastest laps on the wets.
I think it's if you can get the heat in the intermediates, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we ride on board with David Benson. He's looking to improve on 17th place. He's running on the intermediates as well. Round the last corner, which is very tight. Get on the power, nice and steady. Up to the line. What do we set? Does he improve? He certainly does. 11th on a 146.5.
Michael's got purple sector 1 and 2, but around that long right-hander on in number 3 there, he's just gone hell of a lot sideways.
We just got Quinion, who's gone fastest on a 143.6, and that's on intermediate tyres. It definitely looks like inters are the tyre to be on right now. We've got Mikkel Magnus, he goes across the line, he goes faster on a 142.8.
With his sideways. He lost
with
like
his
a good half
sideways.
second with his sideways.
So there was room for improvement on that, and he's already nearly a second faster than the Haas driver. Have we got anyone that could upset the order? I don't think we do. Everyone's pretty much finished their laps. NUF is in the pits. Benjamin's...
Everyone has finished.
Yeah.
He's thinking he's lapping away, I think, so...
So, there we have it. A bit of a spice up at the end there with a couple of laps on intermediate tyres. So, let's run through the order. We have Mikkel on a 142.8 1-0 that takes pole position. That's a very good lap indeed. It's a lot faster than the rest of the competition. As we run down, we've got Quinion in second, nearly a second slower. Bumper Car Ben in third to round off the podium places. Ginger Age in fourth. Brooksy fifth. Kieran in sixth. Grunfeld seventh. Benjamin eighth. Esports Addy in 9th, and to round off the top 10 we have Jamie. So there's a big mix of intermediates and wets there, isn't there, Jason?
Yes, very much so. Like I say, some people could make the inters work, but like I say, you have to get them eating them. But hopefully, it'll be a dry start to the race, with maybe a little bit of rain to finish it off.
Well, yeah, absolutely, and this is going to mix things up a lot more because as it was raining in qualifying, everybody has a free choice of tyres to start the race on.
Definitely.
It'll be interesting to see, especially if there is potential to be raining towards the end of the race. If anyone decides could be worth starting on the hard tyres and seeing if you can stretch it out to when it starts raining, but depends how early that rain is going to come.
Well, we've definitely got sunshine to start off with.
Well, that's a nice start. And we got Mark in the chat asking, how are you guys tonight? I'm doing pretty well, thanks, Mark. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Had a little afternoon nap, so I'm wide awake for this awesome race, hopefully.
I was going to ask, what's the reason for being late then? Well,
I set my alarm, mate, and it just never went off. I think I set it for tomorrow.
I do that all the time. I need to set 10 alarms. And it's lights out,
the race is on.
Away we go, absolutely. We got Mikkel leading the pack off. As he heads into the first corner, he still has the lead. We have a few changes further down the order. We've got bumper car
bit of contact with Sir Dave there. He's still ghosted. Someone's dropping back behind him as well. Broken Shark, David Benson, JR has gone right back as well.
We got Grunfeld who's just spun going into the end of the first sector. It was 3 wide turning in there as we watched. And he just ended up coming worse off, unfortunately.
Booty Delight is trying to fight in. Should get Sir Dave here. So there is a pit strategy: medium hards or soft medium mediums. Booty Delight has got the move done in P12 now. We've got a bit of a battle going on here with Edwards. Dragon goes on the inside, but cuts himself off, and he's round in a circle, so that has put him back down the grid now to P19.
Yeah, we just jumped on board with him just as he spun there. So.
Yeah, he went for a move that really, the door wasn't there. Edward was always going to close that door, but...
Here we got Brooksy and the Renault all over the back of Quinian for the last podium spot, and he manages to get the position. Quinian gets it all out of shape coming out of that awkward left-hander. So he moves up into that podium spot. And we've got Mark in the chat sweating like Gary Glitter in a nursery. I'm just going to leave that comment where it belongs in the gutter. And Brooksy's definitely on the move there, gone past Ginger Age as well, so it's a space of 3 corners, he's gone from 4th to 2nd. Some nice racing there.
Jamie's made up some places now, he's got himself up into P14, comfortably sat behind Gronfeld.
And he's down 4 positions from his original starting place. What happened to him off the line? Did you catch that?
He drops right down the back, he dropped down back, and then he's slowly gauging back up, or catching back up now. Like I say, there is nothing split in the middle of this grid. Gronfeld goes for the move on Notzballer. Jamie goes through the middle. What an overtake. Keeps it planted straight through the middle. Notzballer, Gronfeld, both. And he's got to get it for the chicane, and he keeps it. That puts him into P12. What an overtake.
We just missed that one, unfortunately. I was just quickly trying to get on board with him there. That sounded like a lovely move. We got Gronfeld coming back at Jamie. He goes round the outside. It's lovely, and he's got the move back. As we got our first penalty of the day, we got GR Seb on a corner cutting warning. And we've got Booty Delight having a look round the outside of Edward into the second to last corner. Is he going to make it up the inside of the last corner? Not quite. Edward manages to keep the outside line and get the traction coming off the corner. But Looks like Booty Delight's got the extra overspeed on him. Is he going to make a move into the first corner? He's certainly going to have a look. He's got the line and he's got the move done as well. We've got Ginger Rage is still managing to hang on the back of Brooksy, so there he got that position pretty quickly off of the racing point. He's still hanging on to the back of him. And he's got DRS on him as well down this back straight. Looks like he's going to get him before the chicane. And he does. Back into second, although Brooksy's trying to hang it out. Not quite. They both end up running wide, compromising themselves, unfortunately. But so far, he's got the move done. And Gronfeld got the second penalty of the afternoon, another corner cutting warning. I wonder how many of them we're going to get this afternoon, and what's your predictions on that one? We've got Bumper Car Ben all over the back of Quinion. Battle for 4th place now. And we've got Ginger Rage setting the fastest lap of the race so far on his medium tyres. Let's have a look and check in with who's on what tyres. So we've got most of the field on mediums. We do have Quinion who's on hard compound tyres. And we've got Jamie and Unbelievable Jeff on softs. So quite a different choice there. We do have Sir Dave as well down near the back who's on hard compound tyres. As we look, Bumper Car Ben, he's got DRS on Quinion. Is he going to be close enough? Looks like Quinion's got quite a lot of straight line speed on him there. Bumper Car Ben perhaps running a bit too much downforce. We've got position, we've got Jamie and GR Seb fighting it out through the middle chicane. Jamie gets a 3-second time penalty, so there's obviously a bit of corner cutting there. But he's got the move done, he's up into 11th again. As we've got Kieran as well having a look at the inside, making the most of their battling.
I'm just sat on board with Bumper Car Ben at the moment, is quite close to Quinton at the minute.
As GR Seb loses another place, Unbelievable Jeff goes around the outside of that awkward left-hander in the last sector. That was a very good move indeed. Problem is, once you lose one spot, you end up finding yourselves vulnerable to more people if you're in a trainer cars. You end up compromising your exit on a lot of corners.
I think this track is possible to do a one-stop in it, but I think you've got to... You can't push, can you? You've got to keep...
No, you got to be realistically. It's mediums to hards. You're not going to make softs to hards work. As we see, Kieran manages to get past Jamie into the first corner, and that.
Do you reckon a lot of these people are planning on medium hards, or do you think they're going to go medium soft?
A difficult one. It depends. I mean, a lot of people really struggle with the hard tyres and can't make them work, but. I think it's a lot quicker. I mean, it's not that long a pit stop, though, as we see Unbelievable Jeff getting the DRS and passing Jamie down the back straight. Jamie's not going to give this one up without a fight, though. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not like Silverstone was, where it's a ridiculously long pit straight that you're going to lose heaps of time in the pits. Again, I suppose it depends on the setup that the guys have. How quickly they're going to overheat the tyres, because it's a track that you can overheat the front tyres so fast. If you've got the wrong setup or not running that much downforce, you might end up just raising that temperature in those tyres a bit too much, and having to sort of force yourself into the two-stop effectively.
This is one thing I hope the add to next year's this year's game. Where we can see as commentators, we can see.
Oh, as we got Quinion going round at the first corner, He was
the back
fighting
of
with
Bumper Car Ben.
Bumper Car Ben, yeah, gave him a little tap, and he's gone round. So he's dropped all the way down to 10th, unfortunately.
Yeah, I hope the ad where we can see like tyre damage and stuff like that. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That would be very good. I mean, the only sort of downside is, as it starts getting, you could take things a bit more serious, and because a lot of sort of leagues have race engineers, don't they, within their teams?
Yeah,
so
they do, yeah.
you can end up getting hold of so much information that way, I suppose. That would be the downside to that, but certainly for us as
Problem is,
commentators,
you can only have two people watching though, can't you? So
is that the limit? Is it?
yeah, you can only have two full grid and 2 spectators.
Right, I see. I've never set up a league, so I'm unsure. Obviously, you're more in tune with
Yeah,
that.
no, you can.
And we got Quinion gone round again on his hard tyres. I'm wondering whether he just a bit hot or he got into a battle with somebody. Not sure. But it was that very fast right-hander at the end of the back straights. See whether he decides to pop into the pits or whether he carries on going, shall we?
I'm on board at the moment with Ginger Age, but I don't know if his tyres are burning up or what, but he's slowly dropping down, but looks like he's used quite a lot of his ERSs. He's only at 16% now. Brooks is on 44% ERS, so...
The problem is he's just dropped out of that 1 second window as well, hasn't he, of Brooksy. And there's a lot of straights along this track as well. Although it is a very technical circuit, it is one that you need to use a lot of overtake. You need to use a lot of your fuel to keep the lap times up, really. And if you drop out of that DRS zone as well, it could be detrimental to your race. We've got Booty Delight. Looks like he lost a bit of his front wing there. Having a look at the inside of Esports Addy, and that gives Grunfeld to have a look up. Let's have a look.
Yeah, he's lost the right part of his wing.
Yeah, he certainly does as well. He's going to be losing a lot of downforce there. So this might force him into an early stop now. Yeah, he's just washing wide with understeer there. And if he does pit and change his strategy, this could force a lot of other people because he could gain the undercut as well. It is quite a long lap round here, so the undercut can work very, very effectively. Yeah,
He comes into pit.
into the pits. Let's stay with him and see what tyres he goes on to, shall we? The other two we got, the only other soft runners, we got Unbelievable Jeff and Jamie. So where they're going to be pitting, sort of about lap 10, maybe? Reckon they could stretch it that far?
Yeah, well,
It's gonna be about that.
like I say, they did start on... They've not done a qualifying lap, have they? So it was new tyres from the get-go on it, so...
Absolutely. As we got Booty Delight's put on the hard compound tyres. Ooh, it's gonna. Could he stretch them to the end of the race? I'm guessing that's what he's planning. But it's going to be a bit of a push for him.
It's 20... Well, it's only like 19 laps in it, so...
Yeah, I mean, I did a practice Grand Prix the other day, and hard tyres. I did 20 laps, and I think they were on 85%. So
Right.
it's yeah, but
Touch
again,
and go, though.
it depends on how your setup is, how your driving style is as well. If you're going to overheat those front tyres, we got a bit of a train here. We got Grunfeld, who's right behind Esports Addy, who's also right behind Benjamin in turn. They're all on medium tyres. But we do have Benjamin who's on a penalty, and same with Grunfeld as well.
Problem
So
is,
they're
they're
both on
getting
3
into a
seconds.
DRS train now, aren't they?
Absolutely, absolutely. It does make it very difficult for overtaking. We've got Grunfeld runs a bit deep into the first corner. But we've got the light flashing on the back of Esports Addy, so he is low on ERS.
He's on 14%.
I was just about to say he's low on DRS then, but that wouldn't make sense.
Got unlimited of that, mate.
Oh, something about that. Ah. Let's
Come
see
around
if we
now.
can manage.
DRS open.
See
But
if
Benjamin is full overtake. He's only on 3% now, though. So he's used all his ERS trying to stay up. But we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. I don't quite know what that is because everyone looks like they're still doing alright.
it went as quick as it came on that one.
But Gronfell is.
It would have been an audacious move up the inside of that corner.
Seba's DNF, which has brought the safety car out.
Ooh.
This
That's
is
gonna
going to
spice
be
things up.
pit. Everyone's going to be pitting now. Going to have to.
But we got Mickle who'd passed the pit lane at the point the safety car comes in, but we got Brooksy in second place who was perfectly positioned to take advantage of that, and he is coming into the pits. That could have an impact. I mean, what was the difference before they came in? It was around 5.5 seconds?
The problem is now Mickle's going to be behind the safety car now. But Brooks is coming and pitted for the soft, so he must be going soft.
Ah, so he's definitely
He must
going
be
to...
off for the.
Yeah, he's definitely
Have
going to
another
catch him
pit.
up then. So does Mickle stay out? How much life has he got in those mediums?
The problem he's got is 9-lap-old mediums, so he could do another 5 laps, but he is pretty much a pit down, isn't he? Because time they'll catch him if he pits in now is that safety car's just come out at the wrong time for him, and it's just knackered up his strategy.
Yeah. Let's completely turn this race on its head as well. What did you see what happened to GR Sebi? I noticed
I
he was,
didn't know.
He was down the back straight, so it was a very sort of odd position. I wonder whether he was battling with anyone or who he was around.
Couldn't even tell you, mate, 'cause I didn't. Honestly, I was in the freeway battle.
It's very difficult to keep track of all the drivers. Problem is, Mickle does pit now. He's dropping right down. He's going to lose half the field. He's going to drop now at this point, potentially even more. Now we've got Mark in the chat. Question: what is ET short for? I think he's taking the mic. You know.
What's who shot for?
He said, "What is ET short for?"
Yep. Do you reckon he'll pit though? He can't pit, surely. No, he's staying out. Oh, he is
No,
pitting.
he is going in.
He's decided to pit. There's a lot of people behind him pitting as well. Edward is pitted as well. That's going to put him well back in the grid. He's going to have to come out on the hards.
And make it to the end of the race, which should be achievable, because we'll have another lap or two of safety car.
He's put on the softs. Maybe he's put on the softs because he wants to push through the grid. He's got the pace to push through the grid. And like I say, really, if he pushes up to the grid, he had a few second lead as well, didn't he? So if he can catch the front runners and pit when they pit as well, it could work out in his favour, because obviously the people at the top, apart from Ginger Rage, have to pit again. So
Absolutely, I was going to say Ginger Rage in second place on those hard compound tyres. He's looking pretty for the rest of the race.
to be honest, at this point in the race, time safety car, you're not really going to be putting any pressure on these hards now, are you? So time safety car comes in probably lap 12.
Yeah.
You're going to be looking at easily being able to make it with them. They're going to be hanging by the end, but they're going to make it to the end now.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's just you're going to be losing a lot of time to the soft compound runners. I mean, Brooksy's obviously right out the front. He's got clear air in front of him, so he's going to be able to rack in those lap times. But you've got Bumper Car Ben, Esports, Addy, Benjamin, Gronfeld all behind on the softs. And they're sat behind Ginger Rage, who's on the hards. Is it going to be a DRS train? Are they going to be able to get past him quickly enough and then make up that deficit for that extra pit stop? And we got safety car in this lap as well. So have we got anyone that didn't pit under safety car? We got Dragon on 10 lap old mediums. You got David Benson on 8 lap old mediums.
Broken Shark.
And Booty Delight on 3 lap hards. I think he pitted literally the lap before, so it was poor timing for him, unfortunately. So right on board with Bumper Car Ben at the restart. We get prepared to get going once again. We are going to come on to lap 12 of this Grand Prix at a 27. And Brooksy is going for it. And Ginger Rage is following him. Bumper Car Ben's dropped back a little bit. We have a couple of 5-second penalties for collisions further back. I'm not sure what's gone on there.
Michael's got a penalty, yeah, it's going to knacker him up quite badly. Like I say, I'm pretty sure he's just going to want to be pushing through the grid. But he has got wing damage, and he's well off the circuit with his wing damage. He's going to have to pit again. So he's now going to have to pit for the hards.
Oh, he's got very severe wear damage.
Over. Yeah, he's all over the place.
Got most of that front wing missing. What happened there? Well, this race is turned on its head. As he makes contact with Edward coming back on the track as well, just for good measure.
Like I say, he's struggling now with that wing. He's going to have to come in and pit.
Yeah. It's gonna realistically, his only option now is going on to the hards and making it to the end of the race. But he's gonna struggle with pace, but it's a recovery from here. We got Bumper Car Ben all over the back of Ginger Rage for second place. Those softs coming into their own now.
He's literally every corner he goes into, he's just like, his car's just like, I am not turning for this corner.
It's just the worst feeling in the world, and you just want to drive harder and push harder, but obviously the more you do, the worse it is when you've got damage. He obviously did it very, very early in the lap, if not before the actual lap begun, so he's had to do a whole lap like that. We've got Bumper Car Ben cutting the corner there as we watch, gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Right, let's check in on penalties. We've got Bumper Car Ben on 3, Benjamin on 3, Gronfeld on 3, Booty Delight on 8, we've got Dragon on 11, and then 2 5-second penalties for Unbelievable Jeff and Kieran. We've got Quinian on 3, Jamie on 3, Knotsball on 3, and a Broken Shark on 9. We've got quite a few penalties coming now.
Michael has come back out on the hards. He's done his 5-second penalty as well, so that's now gone.
Yeah.
So he has no more penalties. So it's just him and the track. He's got some clean air as well now, so hopefully he can push as good as he can. And then these people that are going to have to pit. But he's got about a 30-second. No, probably more. He's got about a 40-second gap to catch up.
Yeah, it's a big
gap. Dragon and Unbelievable Jeff here are battling side by side.
Yeah,
bit of contact.
Just on board with them now.
Ooh.
And Kieran has a little look at the inside as well. Says,
and he's
thank
cut
you very
Edward
much.
Up. He's cut Dragon, just cut Edward's front nose off there.
No.
And Edward has spun and he's dropped him down into P14.
Oh,
Luckily, like, there was no damage though, so hopefully he can start catching back up, hopefully, but he is still dropping down. It looks like he's alright.
Yeah, the problem is when you do spin, you overheat the tyres, and then you struggle for the next few corners as well. As we got iCoombs and Dragon having a good old battle into the first corner, so Dragon's right in the thick of it this lap. And we got somebody else. Is it Grunfeld? Grunfeld spun in the first end of the first sector. I'm not sure what happened there, but he was right behind the chap in front, and he's ended up spinning. So whether there's been contact or he's just a bit too over enthusiastic on the throttle, but he's dropped down to 7th. So the damage isn't too bad at this point. And he gets straight back past Booty Delight with a bit of DRS as well, by the looks of it. As Booty Delight nearly loses the back end going into the middle chicane.
Say that safety car has grouped everyone up a little bit, hasn't it?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what,
Ginger Rage.
I was just about to say he's doing really well, still in second place. He's holding off Bumper Car Ben. He's only dropped 5 seconds to Brooksy, who's going to have to make another stop today. So I have to say at this point, Ginger Rage is looking good for the win at this point. Bumper Car Ben having a look this way and that. He just cannot find a way past that racing point.
The problem is, he's got DRS, but he's got no ERS, so he just hasn't got the speed to get him down the straights.
No, it looks like Ginger Rage is very good coming off of the corners. He's getting very good traction, despite those hard compound tyres. It's then becoming very difficult, even when it does come to DRS, to get that pass made. See what they manage around here. Bit of a corner cut there by Bumper Car Ben. It's worth taking if he can stick close to Ginger Rage. He is close, but Ginger Rage seems to have a very good straight line speed. I think that's playing in his favour here. He might be running a lot lower wings than Bumper Car Ben as well.
A lot of penalties coming up now.
Absolutely. The person that wins this race is going to be the only one without any penalties. Everybody
Definitely.
else drops down.
But Brooksy has gained 2 seconds on that lap.
Yeah. Ginger Rage defending, it compromises your lines, loses your time. And this is playing into the hands of Brooksy, as you say. And we do have Esports Addy, who's sat up behind these two, waiting for, well, I'm sure he's hoping for contact between these two so he can just sail on by. I'm sure he'd love that.
Like I say, he's in a good position, but he's going to have to pit as well.
More penalties coming in now.
Say as long as he can all keep it in with that second and the slipstream, but as long as Ginger Rage can stay in front of these two, he's done well, because it won't be long before these are going to have to pit. Looking very cloudy as well, so
yeah,
the rain might play a part very soon.
Absolutely. It's if the rain comes in now, this is going to play into the hands of Bumper Car Ben, Esports Addy, Benjamin, who are all on the soft compound tyres and unable to make any progress, because although they have to make another pit stop, so does Ginger Age and everyone else like Booty Delight behind them.
Says there's going to be rain in 15 minutes.
15 minutes is getting darker by the second. It could come in earlier yet. I think the field's spreading out a bit nicely. We've got a lot of sort of just trains, just everybody sort of about a second or 3 seconds behind each other. They're all just finding their own gaps. Obviously we've got this train from second down to fourth at the moment.
Brooksy must have had a problem, because he's lost a lot of time to Ginger Rage. He must have had a spin or something.
He's right. I think his car's gone AI.
Yeah, he's AI.
What's happened?
Yeah, he's lost internet connection. Like I say, Bumper Car Ben is struggling to get past that AI. Oh, bit of contact there from Esports. What they're through. Oh, nearly contact there from Esports and Bumper Car Ben. Bumper Car Ben has gone into third.
Kicking off here. And we've got Grunfeld going around the outside as well. And Brooksy is just tumbling down the order with having gone AI now. I would say perhaps he's run out of internet connection or something. That's a real shame for him. He was looking in a pretty solid point. Oh, we've got James Brooks on the stream. This stupid game. Oh dear. What happened, James? Has it kicked you out? Have you lost internet? What happened?
Should be able to, if you join straight back in, you should be able to start as your guy again.
Now we've got to train still from second to fourth, but this time it's Bumper Car Ben, Esports Addy and Gromfeld, and we're all on the soft compound tyres. And Ginger Rage, now leading this race, is looking in a very, very strong position. And Bumper Car Ben getting held up by the AI car there of Brooksy as well, has given him a lead of 2.7 seconds.
Brooksy's AI has brought him into pit though, so...
Yeah, Brooksy just kicked me out of the game. My game isn't even loading on my PlayStation anymore. I was in a great position. Oh, big problems there.
Benjamin's pitted for the intermediates. I think that's a bit early yet, Benjamin.
That's very early. I can't see any, Ray.
It's not even raining yet, no.
No. If it starts raining heavily now, it'll be a hero. If it doesn't,
I don't think it's going to happen though.
No.
He's come out on them intermediates though, and his car is like jelly.
I quite believe it. He's going to struggle, and he's going to overheat those intermediates very
Not
very
Spoiler
quickly.
has also come out on intermediates.
So a couple of very early calls there.
Is there something we're not seeing? Maybe it's Jeff. It's always Jeff. Blame it on Jeff.
Oh, he's terrible, Jeff. Absolutely terrible.
Still says 10 minutes for rain though, so...
Everything that Jeff says, just ignore it and do the opposite. And you're probably likely to be on the best strategy then. But to be fair, I do notice when you're actually out there racing, you watch these live streams back, you do notice the rain earlier when you're actually racing than you do as a spectator for some odd reason. I'm not sure whether you've noticed that or not. This is something I've picked up on.
No, I've not really noticed it, but it's definitely not wet enough for intermediates.
No, absolutely not. We've got Dragon.
I always gauge it by...
We do have some spots of rain now we can actually see on the camera coming down. It's definitely not intermediates weather, but we do have rain starting. Benjamin's just going backwards on those intermediates. And the problem is if it does start raining heavily enough for intermediates in the next, say, 3, 4, 5 laps, the guys that have gone on the intermediates this early, they've worn them down so much and probably overheated them that they're going to have to pit anyway.
Yeah. Like you say, he's just dropping down.
Oh, Jamie ran into the back of his teammate David Benson there a little bit. David Benson was having a look at Unbelievable Jeff into the first corner and got it all wrong.
That gave Jamie wing damage as well, him running into the back of him.
How much wing damage has he got? Hopefully
on
not
the right
much.
side.
He certainly does as well. He has got a bit of wing damage. He's going to struggle there. Although he does get past his teammate.
David Benson lets him pass.
Oh, he lets him pass.
Team orders.
Absolutely.
You've let him crash into you, so let him pass.
Well, league owner again as well. You don't argue with him. We've got Esports Addy in the pits as well. What's he going to put on? He's fitting the intermediate tyres. So that's the first of the leaders who's going on intermediate tyres.
Sector 3, we've got a yellow. Looks like someone's on a standstill. Gromfeld.
Gromfeld, yeah, as he's coming to the pits. Is he Hispanic coming into the pits? He looked like he was facing the wrong way almost.
He's in the pits now, so something must have happened.
We're starting to see more and more people going onto the intermediate tyres now, so is it getting quite slippery out there to drive?
Benjamin still looks like he's got the worst grip out of everyone, so...
Let's ride on board with Esports Addy. He's the first of our leaders to go on the intermediate, so see what he's like, whether he's struggling or whether he's settling purple sectors. I do feel like it might be a bit early for that, but let's see.
I always gauge you by DRS disabled.
Absolutely, yeah.
DRS isn't disabled, then it's still dry enough.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Got another yellow. Who's that? Someone on the pit
a
straight.
safety car. We got a safety car.
Someone's off on the straight, but I can't really see. Not
Oh, I
Spoiler.
can't see who it is.
Not Spoiler. He's off on the start-finish line.
Ah. He was on the intermediate tyres as well.
I think a lot of people are gonna pit now for.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people coming into the pits. They're all fitting intermediate tyres by the looks of it. The only exception
Ginger
is...
Rage.
Yeah, Ginger Rage.
Yeah, he's staying out on his hard.
And we've got Brooksy as well in the chat. Good luck for the rest of the race, lads. Great commentating also. Just gutted on my behalf again. Yeah, gutted for you, mate. You were doing really well up to that point. You looked like you were on for the win nicely. And especially with the safety car coming out as well, that could have been what he needed going on to the intermediates. With Ginger Rage behind him on the hards. Very disappointing there. Pretty much the whole field is going on intermediates now. I must admit, it looks like it's still okay to be out on dry weather tyres.
Yeah, it's still not. It's not wet. It's not wet enough yet, is it?
No, it doesn't look it. And
but then by the time the safety car comes in, I think it will be. If you get what I mean, 'cause there's a lot of people that are still right round it, like coming out. There's someone just come out of the pits now, so.
Absolutely, and yeah, and even if it's not, you know, you've got Ginger Rage on the hard compound tyres with a little bit of rain and a safety car. He's going to really struggle to get any sort of temperature in those tyres, even if he could make them work. So
he's going to have to drop down the grid and pit.
Yeah, that's going to be a real shame for Ginger Rage. So
is he going to stay out or is he going to pit? He's staying out.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's a do or die moment, isn't it?
I think what other choices he have if he comes in? He's committing himself
down the back anyway.
Where's he gonna come out? Might come out before the McLaren of David Benson, perhaps if he's very lucky. He's going to sort of come around the end of the top 10, I would have thought. Speaking of which, we've got David Benson in the pits as well, off of his mediums. Presumably for intermediate tyres.
Yeah, he's got intermediates now. Still says the rain's not coming in though. It's not strong rain, is it? It's only spitting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really coming in slowly. Icomb's in the pits on his intermediate tyres. So what's he going on now? He's putting on soft compound tyres. So he feels like it's dry weather time. He feels like his intermediates aren't working. And Gromfeld retired from the session. What's happened there? Well, once again, that has really shaken up the order again. There's 2 safety cars. We've got wet weather conditions as well in this race. Just when you think somebody's on for a surefire win or a good result, the whole field gets shaken up and spat out in completely different positions again.
Like I say, there ain't many laps left either, is there? So if you can make these hards work, there's only 5 laps left, so... Oh. Like I say, really, you don't know what his tyre temperature is either, do you? So.
Have you just seen what Keegan's just put in the chat?
No. On what, Facebook?
Yeah, He's just called David Benson out and said, "You're going to be a moron every week. Try not saying anything, but overtaking during a safety car, then spinning me is taking the piss." So, not sure what happened. What has happened there? We must have missed that. Seems like the stewards are going to be very busy after this race. So, we have Ginger Age on the hard compound tyres in first place. We also have Brooksy down in 12th on 14 lap old mediums. So he's going to be pushing the limits of those tyres as well for the rest of the race. And we've got his teammate in the other Renault, iCoombs, down in 16th place on brand new soft compound tyres as well. Everybody else is on the intermediates. So this is going to be a very interesting one on the restart. It does look a little bit heavier with the rain now. I think the dry weather tyres are going to really struggle to bring them up to temperature.
The race is going to be going very soon.
Yeah, hopefully coming at the end of this lap. We've got Antonio in the chat. Evening, guys. Good evening, Antonio. How are we this evening? Are you enjoying the race?
Safety car is in this lap.
We still haven't had DRS actually disabled. Obviously it's going to be disabled now because of the safety car, but we didn't have a message prior to the safety car saying that it was disabled yet, did we? Well, I certainly missed it if we did.
Just going to stay on board with David Benson as we start. I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's trying to overtake Edward on the safety car. I don't know what he's doing.
No overtaking under safety car, lads. Remember the rules. Remember the rules. I think maybe we all need to get our ARDS license and re-go over yellow flags. We've got Edward with a 5-second penalty for a collision with David Benson. Oh dear.
And David Benson should get one of them as well, maybe not.
So we are back running once again.
Sir Dave is... God knows what Sir Dave's doing. He's chilling in the slow lane as David Benson.
Caught napping on the restart. We got Bumper Car Ben all over the back of Ginger Age for first place. He's going to have a look. They're side by side running into the second corner here. Bumper Car Ben has the inside, runs a bit wide, runs Ginger Age off the track even. Ginger Age is really struggling for grip. You can see it there. Those slicks really are not working. He's getting past left, right and centre now. He's down to 4th place. Unfortunately, the gamble doesn't seem to have paid off for him. And we got a new leader. We got Bumper Car Ben in the lead. Booty Delight in 2nd place in the Racing Point. And Esports Addy in 3rd in the Ferrari. Although we do have Ginger Age coming back at the Ferrari here. He goes up the inside. He outbrakes himself and runs wide. It was a very forceful move. I think he's desperate now. He's losing places too much. And we've got Mikkel back up into 3rd place. He's taking advantage of all of that squabbling as well. So he's come off best out of that. And we've got Esports Addy almost spinning. Sorry.
Hard's at the 180 forward, other.
No, it does seem to have... doesn't seem to be working out for him right now. We've got Kieran now all over the back of him as well, having a look at the inside. Little bit of contact there. Managing another little bit of contact. Just letting him know he's there. I got Edward as well. Having a look around the outside.
Dave, they're all here.
Ginger Rage is hanging it out. He's staying out. I mean, what choice does he have? If he goes in the pits, he's committing himself to the back of the grid. Oh, we've got a lot of battles here. We've got Kieran and Sir Dave having a good old ding-dong. Sir Dave goes up the inside into turn 1. Squeezes Kieran, just giving him some room on the racetrack, but he has to back out of it. And now we've got Benjamin having a look at Kieran as
David
well.
Benson's just paired as well. I don't know why he's just...
We've got all over the place here. We've got Kieran's just really spun it as well. We've got Edward having a look at the inside of Ginger Rage. We've got Sir Dave following it. Unfortunately, Ginger Rage in this racing point is struggling so much. Everyone's caught up behind him. There's big contact there. Oh dear, Sir Dave has a look at the inside. He looks like he's lost his front wing.
But Jamie is taking full advantage of these boys fighting, and he is catching up now in P8 at the moment, but he is right on the back of these boys.
Absolutely. It was there were so many wide, there were so many cars so close together. It was always going to end in contact somewhere along the line. I'm surprised it took that long. It was some very fair racing up to that point by everybody. Benjamin runs wide. Edward has a little look up the inside and takes the position back off of him. And so does Jamie. Has a look at the inside. Can he keep
Benjamin is in the wall. Benjamin is in the wall.
Oh, he's in the wall.
And he's retired.
Oh,
There's
dear.
a bit of contact between Ginger Rage and Edward, which just took Edward's wing off as well now.
Oh, it is all kicking off in the last few laps here.
And Jamie just makes it through into P5 now.
And Jamie's really taking control of this as Edward dives for the pits now.
Edward has got a 15-second, 13-second penalty.
Yeah, we've just got the
into
penalties up now. Most people seem to just have the 3.
Booty Delight keeps it under that 3 seconds from Bumper Car Ben. He has also took the win because Bumper Car Ben has got a 6-second penalty. And in fact, if Mickle stays up with these boys, he has took the victory because he's got no penalties.
Oh yeah, he's made a really good recovery after that early safety car disaster, hasn't he?
Yeah, so if he just stays, if he stays within these,
and we got Kieran spun around. Yeah, just a bit too much power on the curb. Easily done.
Always going to happen.
Absolutely. He's very, very easily done. So yeah, very good recovery from Mickle through. Having been dealt a bad hand with the first safety car, has really made it work for him since, and has crept up through the field almost unnoticed by myself, up into 3rd place. And like you say, with those penalties, he is in a good position to take the win again.
Like I say, he just needs to stay off all them curbs, and he needs to stay up with these boys. He's got one more lap to do it.
Absolutely, it's. I think he should be alright time-wise unless he makes a mistake. It's just if he ends up running wide or having an issue himself, he's in trouble then. Good.
Well, he's 2.2 seconds away from the leader, and the leader's got 6 penalty points.
Oh, I tell you what, interesting. We've got Icoombs in the Renault. It's just overtaken Ginger Rage as well. The Renault is running on soft compound tyres. So although the hards aren't working for Ginger Rage, they are working for Icoombs. He's managing to get some temperature in them. And he's actually making places up here, which is very impressive. Kieran nearly spun off the first corner while trying to chase him down. What a dramatic ending to this race. It has been spun on its head so many times.
DRS has been enabled. It's obviously still not wet enough for wets, realistically.
It does look like it's brightening up a bit, and it's raining less now.
Like you're saying, Coombs is really fighting up there, isn't he, as well? He's not losing time as such, is he? So
no, he's doing pretty well up there. If anything, he is gaining on Unbelievable Jeff in front of him, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late, unfortunately. As we jump to the leaders now, we ride on board with Bumper Car Ben, who is going to cross the finish line in 1st place A cracking
He's
race
got
by
a-
him. We've got
Michael
Booty
takes
Delight
the win.
comes over second, who overtakes Bumper Car Ben as by virtue of penalties. And Mickle coming home third on the road, but by virtue of the penalties ahead of him, takes the win. What a great comeback after he got dealt that bad hand on the first safety car. He's really made it work for him, and that's a cracking drive.
What a race.
Absolutely.
Jamie manages to build himself back up to P5 as well.
Yeah, there's a cracking drive by him as well. Ikeems comes home in 7th on those soft compound tyres. Ginger Age fell back to 9th by the flag. They managed to keep on to some points. As we just wait for the last few to cross the line now. Yeah, Mike Brady, fun last few laps to watch. It certainly was. You're right there, Mike. It was that was very exciting. There was a lot of drama going on there. Driver of the day, Booty Delight. Do you have a driver of the day, Jason?
I think Mickle should get it. Just for no penalties. He's gone right to the back. That safety car come out and messed his strategies up, and he's still stayed in there. He didn't quit. He stayed up there and took the win today. I think personally I would give it to him.
Absolutely. I certainly wouldn't disagree with that. I think Bumper Car Ben's worth a mention. He's had a pretty strong race up there. Same with Jamie. He's done pretty well to gain some places, but I can't argue with Mickle being driver of the day. Absolutely. So there we have it. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us for what turned out to be a pretty spectacular race. One that had many, many twists and turns, and we never knew what the end result was going to be. But there you have it. Mickle comes through to take the win. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.